Being better than everyone else in the room is not being better at being you. Doing others does not exactly mean that you have achieved your personal full potential. Learn to appreciate the uniqueness of your path. To dare in this context is to be intentionally unmindful of the dangerous, potentially dangerous consequences of carrying out an act and yet going on anyway to do what you want to do. This wasn't a very common phenomenon before 1999 when the new era was born. Only the likes, in fact, of Fela and Charles Oputa, aka Charlie Boy, were known for doing things that were daring and unconventional. But in 1999, with the new era of entertainment, welcomed the young, the restless, and particularly daring in the industry. Today on The Gist, we look at the top 10 most daring things ever done by entertainers from that year up until now. In the studio, discussing this with me, a set of panelists that I'm very proud of. The first will be this man that they call Ebuka Obi Uchendu. Ebuka Obi Uchendu is a TV presenter. He's also a writer, an entertainment lawyer, and has had 10 full years of relevance in the entertainment industry. Next to Ebuka, we have Sade Ladipo. She's a blogger. She's also on radio. She's had 14 years of a ride in the entertainment industry, and she is one that is very strongly respected for her knowledge, in-depth knowledge of the entertainment industry. And finally on our team is the man that I call Osags. Osage Longe is the man who is best called a journalist as editor-in-chief of the Pulse NG, and he is also a writer of great repute. There you have it, our panel discussing the top 10 most daring things done by Nigerian arts, entertainment arts, since the year 1999 until date. My name is Emmanuel Ugoli, and this is The Gist. Okay, guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Pleased to have you around. Let's just go straight to the very first on our countdown. It would be number
1?
10.
Okay, I thought you said
number 10. Okay, number 10 will be Burna Boy. And when I bought his album, the first voice I heard was his, and you were concentrating on how
his new album, right?
Exactly.
That was an amazing intro.
Still not been paid.
You still haven't been paid. but
if that album wins anything, I'm
Grammy winner once.
I mean, I've been praying for that album to win something because my voice started the album.
I think
Did he tell you?
Maybe we should just listen to what exactly you said on the album, right? Yeah. At the intro, this is Osag's opening, the last album that Burna Boy dropped on us all.
Fantastic artist, but I think he's on the path of destruction. Burna Boy is one of the most talented Nigerian artists right now, right? He makes good music, he's got good lyrics, but talent is never enough. If talent was enough, Majek Fashek will still be the #1 artist, maybe in Africa or the world. Only this year, Burna Boy has been in, say, four or five controversies. If you can't have all that and have a peaceful career, it doesn't work that way. Controversy will kill you.
Okay, so how exactly was that?
Well, he took it from one of the episodes, my webisode called Facts Only. I was talking about him, how talented he is, how he needs to focus on the music, and just take the controversial side of him and throw it in the box.
Talk about why he's on this countdown. He's a bit anti-convention, the guy. He's on the countdown because of the fact that he dropped a song at the time when it was like 120, 150 beats per minute. You had to be drunk in the club at 2 a.m. to appreciate the song. And Burna Boy, who we found out could really make party jams, decided to introduce himself into this market on a very slow tip. To the left, to the right. It was risky. I think so. I also think that he could have very easily gotten the what is this one again? You know, kind of response. So he's on number 10 on the countdown here for being daring with a rather slow song when the entire industry was hopping about. Your opinion about that?
Well, for me, I think it was a brilliant move. You know, very daring, going against the odds. Like you said, BPM is 150, right? All the music is back to back to back. Okay, you go to the clubs on Friday, Saturday, Sunday night is Pangolo music, you know, just put in quote, no this. And you listen to your radio on Monday morning, and it's still the same thing that's been played, you know. So it was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Burner, and shout out to the producer, to Lyric,
Yeah.
you know, and the A&Rs at Aristocrat at the time, because what they introduced to us was something magical.
Very different.
The music was so good. The lyrics, most importantly, the lyrics were very interesting.
It's a well-written song.
You could vibe along to it. It was just that summertime.
Exactly, and I think the video also helped with you know, passing the message across.
And the video, I think it just showed a lot about what his influences are. Contrasting ones, if I may say so. He's a Port Harcourt boy. You know, I don't know if that's sort of a Port Harcourt sound, because Port Harcourt also likes upbeat, but he also likes sort of high life.
Okay.
And you know, dance hall maybe. But he also has a Fela influence, and Fela is very big on music and being about, you know, whatever it is you're going to put out there. So I guess that also helped him. But definitely making that your first single, I don't know why that would have been.
It was really
if I was in his team at the time, I don't know if I would have been one to say, okay, yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
So whoever made that move, if it was him who insisted, great. If it was his producer, his management, I don't know. But it was an awesome move, because I remember hearing that song and I had no idea who he was. I didn't know who was singing. I'm just like, who is this? In fact, for the first time, I didn't even know it was a Nigerian song.
Exactly.
For the longest time, I thought it was one of those Jamaicans who, you know, and I found out it was a Nigerian who was young.
Yeah.
That was even the scarier part. He was, I think, 21 at the time. You know, amazing for him to have done that. And I think the fact that he's now shown other sides of him makes him more of a brilliant artist. Like you said at the intro, you know, about how talented he is. Burna Boy's talents scares me sometimes.
Exactly.
And I think it's one of his, it's a selling point for him, but it's also one of the reasons why he's where he is today, you know, with, you know, constantly trying to discover himself, constantly trying to express so much. You know, when you have that much talent, there's so much you want to bring out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like you don't have enough time to do it. You know? So his talent is amazing, and that was a good way to. I want more of that from him. Though.
Exactly. I think that if the artists that we have now would dare to think like Burna Boy did then all our music would not be on one way.
Yeah.
You know, this expressway, one track, you know, one-way movement, yeah? So we would agree that Burna Boy deserves a spot on this countdown with that one move.
Definitely.
Has he lived it up though?
Okay, that'll be a subject matter.
I think he has. I mean,
Is he still disrupting?
He has a song like Soke, which is another brilliant song.
Yeah.
It's also
pretty much wasn't like anything around.
Yeah.
At the time, you know, so the instrumentation, just his singing and the message he passed across on the song. I think for Burna Boy, I think he can push himself and do more. But I think he also knows, you know what, any direction I go, if I really do this thing well, I can do it well.
Yeah.
But you know, who's pushing him to say, always be at your best?
Yeah. So there's a message to take out here for the artist: there's nothing wrong with daring to express yourself, contrary to what's prevalent at the time in which you're making your music, making your movies, doing your comedy, whatever it is. So very quickly, let's take a quick moment to enjoy exactly what song we're talking about.
Yo, what's up everybody, it's Young John, the Wicked producer, you know, and you're watching the Gist with Ima Ogoli. So yeah, fresh out.
It's Young John, the Wicked producer.
It'll only be fair if we ask the man himself what gave him the heart and the balls to do what he did when he did what he did. So here's Burna Boy giving us an inkling into the inside story in his head as regards why that was done.
It was was really something I thought would, you get me, would make me stand out, because at the end of the day, I didn't really didn't want to be one of the songs they just played in the clubs and then for 1 month and then I'm gone. You know, like this is my career. This is something I plan to do till I die, basically. You understand? So yeah, man, I just decided to do everything the opposite way. You know, just come out with something different and make sure, you get me. Just make sure nobody said, this guy sounds like this guy. That was my biggest thing, you know, being like uncomparable. That was my biggest thing. So, you get me? That's really why, because I'm really versatile. I can do everything, really, but I just want to do what everyone else can't, you know. That's really always been my goal. Even till now, I just pretty much want to, even like especially musically, I just like to do things that I know everybody else in my, you know, little whatever can't. You know, so it's just, yeah, that's really all it is, basically, man.
They got me burn, boy. Okay, welcome back. Now we move on straight to number 9. Number 9 would be Gideon Okeke. I don't think we would have had a better person to tell us the inside story than Ebuka here. Because you shared the same platform of exposure in 2006.
10 years ago.
10 years already ago. Yeah. This was a show where your entire fate lied in the acceptance of the viewers. So when they pushed his girlfriend out of the house, it was reported that he allegedly said that the viewers were crazy.
Yeah.
And then they showed him how crazy they were because they asked him to leave. They asked him to leave the very next week.
The most interesting thing about Big Brother is how there are two different perceptions of everything, from those in the house and those watching. So we're in the house, and I can tell you that these names you called of possible winners, probably those in the house didn't think that. People in the house always see different challenges. You see the house in a different way because you're in there, but the viewers are seeing something else. So from his perspective, I don't know why he would have said that. I don't know if he was thinking, because when you go into the show, you might go with a strategy, then you get emotional. That always happens, because then, I mean, you are not, I think he was there for about over 10, 15 weeks, I'm not sure. But that's a long time to be anywhere locked up, you know. So I think it got to a point where he probably was now he was thinking more with his heart than his head. And that's what an enclosure does to you. But it was an expression more from, because they were, I don't want to say they were in love, but they had something strong going on. Because even when they were like, you guys are really, you know, it was quite a lot. So I think it was more an emotional outburst, which I know he probably regretted immediately. But the thing about live television and reality shows is that
it's gone.
It comes out, they pick it up, and even the show owners, it's content for them.
Exactly.
So even if it was something said by mistake, they now replay it. Oh, tomorrow's highlight show, this is what happened yesterday, you know, and it became a thing. So it definitely hits him. It was one of the reasons why he left, because he was a huge, for us even in the house, we knew he was popular.
It was viral. Everybody, I mean, the strap line underneath, the message.
How dare you?
How dare you tell the viewers?
It was this time of, this era of social media.
They will have buried him.
More
he would have waited to the weekend to pick him out.
It would have gone really viral. People wouldn't have forgiven him. You know, they would still be attacking him till today.
Well, okay.
So
I think it's a case also of, Nigerians always wanting a celebrity or a popular person
to be at their mercy
every time. So if you're an artist now,
very true.
if you're an artist and you're in an interview and you say, I just thank God
for my fans.
I used to suffer before, but I'm okay now. I thank people for buying my music. People would readily love you. But if you're an artist that says,
I work hard,
I'm a babalo, or I work hard, or whatever, I don't give a damn, and I'm making.
They say,
you
don't blow now,
so it was also a case of that.
So imagine telling the viewers that they are crazy. That's exactly what they said.
That was even 100. That was like 0 to 100. That's like the worst case scenario, to say, okay, you guys are actually crazy. And they showed him how crazy, like you said.
It's not interesting that one sentence changes your perception of someone. Because I mean, Gideon had a great story. He grew up in Ajegunle. Then he was a fine boy who could speak well. Ajegunle boy, always he could now sing. So then he walks out. So he was like, oh, we can relate to this guy. Then one sentence changed all that. It's just like
very daring. But the strange thing was, I caught up with Gideon, and then we asked Gideon, "What were you thinking?" You know what Gideon said? find out.
Huge misconception. Very huge misconception when Maureen was evicted, and I felt like, oh man, this is crazy. Exactly my words. This is crazy. But some people felt like I said the viewers are crazy. I never said the viewers are crazy, because I needed the viewers to keep me on the show. I needed the viewers to give me the votes I needed to hopefully win the show. But principally, I didn't go on the show to win. If I won, it would have been a big, huge plus. But I didn't go on the show to win. I just felt like they have never heard Ajegunle talk the way I talk. You've not heard Ajegunle talk like this before. Like my friend's show, Ebuka on what's that show on channels now? He said the line says, "You've never heard young people talk like this before." For me, in the back of my head, you've never heard Ajegunle sound this good. Yeah, but I said what I exactly said was, this is crazy, not the viewers are crazy. So someone took it out of context, and it became a big deal. And the following week, I saw they kick me out.
I'm hearing for the first time that he didn't say that the viewers were crazy.
That
But that's what the whole world believed. That's what they heard.
That's how he probably. I don't know if he ever saw the clip. Maybe that's what was playing in his head.
Why he was saying something
And
else.
even if
You
he
think
didn't
so?
say,
Different.
even if he didn't say, they say, see, nobody believes the truth when the lie is more entertaining.
Yeah.
Okay, it's out there, and that's what people are running with. Nobody even wants to care
And
about
it
the
just,
truth.
it just made more.
You know,
more-
hindsight, in hindsight, it's always 2020. He can probably see it now clearly. You know, say, oh, I might have not made that mistake. Oh, I didn't even want to win. I like the fact that he said he wasn't there to win. And why do we remember Gideon Keke? I mean, he's a great actor and all that, but that moment, and why has he made this list? It was because of what he said.
What he said. Okay.
And I think it has paid off. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, he came out of the house not winning, I always say, on shows like that, it gives you more ginger. And I guess that's what's pushed him here now. I mean, 10 years later, he's an award winner. He's constantly on TV.
Yeah.
He does films.
Yeah.
You know, so he's a father. He's done well for himself. So
Yes.
maybe that was a good thing eventually
That's
for
cool.
him.
Okay, okay. So very quickly move on to number 8 right now. And number 8 would be the young man Davido. Now, what exactly?
Is it Davido or Davido?
Or I'd love
anything
to.
goes?
Let's sort that out now once and for all.
Because I don't know
What
either.
is his name? You would.
Well,
probably
he
know.
says on the beat is Davido. Okay, so Davido.
But I always hear people call him Davido and he answers.
Well,
And these are people who know him. So I always
Okay.
wonder.
No, so it's David with an O.
yeah. So people
Yeah,
call
it's
me.
David.
Some people call me Osage, which is the real pronunciation. People say Osage. I will answer now.
Davido.
Okay, but why is Davido on our list at number 8? Yeah, because Davido, David O, David O said to the entire industry when he came in that he was quick to isolate 3 people.
Yeah.
The group P Square. In fact, let's just listen to him make this isolation, and then also hear him say what he said to the entire industry outside these 3 people.
Baba now. All my fans made me bigger than. Because of them, I'm bigger than. Some of you. Actually, I'm bigger than. All of you.
Olá, toda mi gente. Me llamo Bryce Bassi y estoy aquí en The Gist con Emmanuel Ugali. Hi everyone, this is Bryce Bassi and I'm here on The Gist with Emmanuel Ugali.
The big question is for someone who was just coming into the industry,
Yeah.
was just starting.
Was that his second or third single or something?
It was his
pretty early.
4th single actually, or 5th single. You know, but the other 4 had not, popped up that badly. By the time he was dropping this song, every other song was rising up. So very few people remember that there were good songs before then. Okay, so the big question is, why would he do that? Why would he
I'm
do
sorry,
that?
but I actually love it. You know, there's something about arrogance and backing it up that's great. That's why people like
Ronaldo.
Davido now, where he is, Ronaldo, Mourinho. These people who can talk and actually back it up. I mean, look at Davido today. it would have been a
He's
sad
actually
case.
almost better than all the people.
My point
this.
is, it would have been a sad case if we did that and they were like, okay,
Years
See
later.
what you
what
said.
happened? So that when you're arrogant and you back it up, great, I love it. I don't know. I'm not saying he's actually or he was actually better than those people at the time, but I mean, he dared to say it
Yeah, yeah.
and call everybody's bull crap out and backed it up with hard work, and it's paid off. So it's hilarious, but I love it.
It's a very risky thing to do,
Yeah.
like you said. You know,
Do you have
if
any inkling into why he did that?
Well, it was rumored that he was trying to get One Day Cole on his album. This
okay.
this rumors that were going around at the time.
Mhm.
That he was trying to get One Day Cole on the album, but One Day wouldn't jump on the album because he's close friends with Wizkid and he had issues with Wizkid at the time.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of back and forth between him and Wizkid. There was a lot of I don't know if you remember Proper Show, Proper
Yeah.
Proper Venue. So they had issues. So One Day wouldn't jump on it because he's close friends with Wizkid, and Davido and Wizkid both look up to One Day Cole at the time. So he just went into the studio and said, you know what,
Everybody.
I'm better than all of you. I don't need you people. I will be as successful as I can make it.
And he's clearly in the top 3 today.
So
Easily.
he
He's
is-
clearly in
Some
the top
people-
3
some people's
today.
number
he's
one.
signed to Sony, a worldwide
Some
deal.
people's number one by many standards, and you can't even fault anybody who calls him the number one artist in Nigeria today. I mean, what are the yardsticks for measuring these things? Followership, constant hits, record label signing, quality
Endorsement.
of, can he pull a crowd if he decides to hold a
Endorsements.
concert today?
Yeah.
Endorsements. He has everything
On
that
the
you
cover
use
of
to
Fader
measure.
magazine.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
he's done things that I think he has the most Instagram followers in Nigeria. I think.
Yeah,
believe
2
so.
million on Instagram.
By a mile. I think the next person has like 200K less.
Wow.
I mean, things like that should tell you. And if they calls the concert today, it's okay, I'm performing at
It's a shutdown.
Hotel.
It's a shutdown.
Everybody's going to be there. So, I mean, he's come a long way, and in such a short time, actually. Because that single was 2013 or 2012?
Yeah.
2012.
2012.
Number 7 is someone who's pretty. I know him pretty well, and I think he's probably one of the most stubborn people I've met in my entire life. His name is Mode 9. Mode 9 very clearly has refused. Modo has refused to switch his style of music. Now is daring to say that the hip hop that he met, that he loved, that he learned how to express, is the only hip hop he's going to hold on to till he dies. Why this is daring is that Mode 9 is saying to himself, I am choosing probably never to make money out of this business. I think that's too daring. Sagi's words, it's legacy over.
Money.
Is that smart?
There are different ways to look at it, right?
Okay.
There are different ways to look at it, and you can't judge a man's actions based on what he wants to do, whether it's going for money or it's going for legacy. Beethoven, Mozart, these guys didn't make money now, but we are still talking about them hundreds of years after. Why? Because what they did, the substance of what they created, is so valuable that it is invaluable. So Mode 9 is still one of the greatest, in fact, the greatest hip-hop artists come out of Africa. We all know.
I agree 100%.
Whether you're talking about body of work, whether you're talking about lyrical content, composition of music, he's a genius. So we need to always try to respect people for what they are and what they produce, and not say, oh, why aren't you following trends?
I see your point. I mean, you can't question a man's intentions or whatever it is they want to do. But at the same time, if you call something your job or a career, why are you pursuing it? I'm not saying, I don't know that he's not doing well. I mean, I know Mode 9 as well. I know he's very okay with whatever he's doing. But I mean, you also want to gain some sort of, why do we have contracts signed? Why do we have things like royalties? Why? It's all because the money part is also very important. You cannot do the show and leave the business out of it. I don't even know if he's doing the show per se. And even
So
the business.
it's called show business. For a
Yeah,
reason.
so is he in show business? Would you say he's in show business, or he's just a rapper? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Is he
Is he
making
just an artist producing art or
Yeah.
creating art, or is he also trying to sell these arts?
Yeah.
I get your point.
Yeah, so the money is also quite important. I mean, I don't need him to be the richest musician in the world. Not everybody's going to be Jay-Z, who's going to open businesses and own everybody and everything. But at the same time, I also think it's important that you produce art and also get appreciated for it monetarily sometimes. It doesn't always have to be until you're gone.
Okay. A very strong Igbo saying goes, you cannot cut a man's hair in his absence. So we'll not go any further with the shaving without talking to Mode 9. We caught up with him and we asked him very clearly, Mode 9, why? why are you sticking to this form of music if it is not likely to make enough money for you? Why are you daring to be different? His response.
Now, if I decide to do something else, even though, yes, I consider myself as being a versatile person, but it still just has to make sense. It still has to have those lyrics, you know, those meaningful lyrics. I just can't do the other style. It's like telling Bob Marley to go and release a rock album, or like telling Shabba Rankings to start rapping like Drake. It's just, some people are just meant to do different things, and there's some certain people, like, they see things like this. If something is hot, they jump to that thing. If that thing goes cold and something else is hot, they jump to that. Like me doing what I'm doing, I'm just basically feeding my fan base and my loyal followers. That's what I'm doing, and they love it. You know, I just wish they would support a little bit more, you know, because it's what I know how to do. If I do the other style, I won't like it. I won't be proud of it. And guess what? My core fan base, they're going to hate it. These new guys that I'm trying to impress, it's not 100% sure that they will like it. They might say, he's trying to be like, we don't like it, Joe. And that will be the end of you. So just do whatever you're programmed to do. It's in my DNA. Just do the hip hop. I don't even try to overthink. I don't try to look past the picture on the wall.
Started Lagos, the city of hustlers. Everybody's in a hurry, traders and customers. Rockets get picked on the regular. If you're not street, you gon' pop with your cellular. You're driving, I suggest you check your rear view. Be careful, cause an Okada just might be near you. Knock one of them down and the rest gon' tear you to pieces. Hey yo, welcome to the jungle. Where the damn fool drivers always try to fumble. Rush hour bus stops are like the Royal Rumble. And the P.O. from things, all we do is grumble. Everybody, red eye, ain't nobody humble. Trip and tumble into the eternal abyss. Half the people hold it, but the other keep malice, play chalice.